Welcome back to Airplane Ambition. Thank you guys for taking a few moments to hang out with me. As you can see, this is a voiceover. The audio did not come in well for whatever reason. I have some ideas, but hopefully it'll be fixed for the next video. But I just want to take a few moments and kind of talk about some of the things I was talking about while you see me taxiing down to the runway. This is my first flight in about a month and a half. The weather has been terrible, completely terrible, and I had just happened to be up early in the morning around 2 a.m. and was checking the weather and saw that it was going to be a beautiful morning. And so I booked the plane. It's 8 a.m. when I'm out here on the field. It's 25 degrees, nice, cold, brisk morning. But I'm just elated and excited to be able to just get up in the air. I'm gonna go out and do some landings, just kind of get started and just go fly around a little bit. I didn't have a lot of time. I couldn't get the plane for very long because it was last minute, so I don't really have time to do a cross country or anything like that. It's just an opportunity for me to get up and fly, and to just be in a plane. So I get here to the run up area, and as you guys can see, I'm pulling my phone out. The problem is, as I'm looking over my gauges, getting ready to do my run up, I notice that the oil temperature gauge is all over the place. It's dancing around, it's pegging out, and so I'm going to direct you to your FAR aim 91.205. Temperature gauge, oil temperature gauge for each air-cooled engine. It is a required piece of equipment to have your oil temperature gauge working. So at this point, I knew that I wasn't going to do a flight. I'm really disappointed. Obviously, I've been just waiting to fly. I thought, okay, this is going to be the time I'm going to get up and do a flight. As you can see, I'm jumping onto the runway, but you'll see I don't take off. I actually just taxi back around to the ramp. But this brings up an interesting point and something I kind of wanted to do a video about anyway. So I'm kind of using this experience to springboard into something that I think is very important. One of the things that you won't be told to necessarily study for your private pilot, you don't have to do this, but I do strongly recommend it. Take time to go study accidents that have happened with small airplanes or even large airplanes. There are quite a few good people on YouTube who go through the NTSB reports and can give you some insight into what is going on and what has happened during these accidents. I think that understanding where other people have made mistakes will help you to be a safer pilot. One of the things that you will find is that people who were in accidents or died in accidents, not every case, but in a lot of cases, it wasn't that the mistakes they made that day, it was the mistakes they made leading up to that led them to that fatal mistake. This is a very small example. I really wanted to go fly. Would I have been okay if I had taken off today? Probably so. I probably would have been okay. I probably would have been fine. My guess is it's just a gauge problem, right? But you don't take those unnecessary risks. You don't put those things in your way. You don't make those decisions that eventually lead to something worse. One of the themes I saw in my study of this is, people maybe had reservations, maybe they're trying to get to a game on time, but when you're flying an airplane, when you're pilot in command, flying an airplane comes first. All those other things are secondary, and it's important that you don't put yourself at risk, don't put your passengers at risk. And so I just really encourage you to go out and do some studying of things that have gone wrong, why they've gone wrong. I think it's a very good thing to know. It's why I've titled this the most important flight of the year. Obviously, you can see I didn't take off. I parked the plane and went about my day. It's the most important flight because I'm making good decisions based on past practice, things that have been proven, things that you need. So I encourage you to do the same, to make good decisions, to give up what you want to do that time in order to be a safe pilot.